Hello and welcome to your weekly dispatch, where we give you a rundown of news stories of national, regional, and international significance. Here's what stood out for us this week. Health emergencies of various levels announced in parts of Pakistan as viral diseases and rare infections grip Karachi and Quetta. Australia's bid to reinforce Taiwan allyship in the Pacific takes a new step forward. And for our feature story, religiously motivated hate crimes are on the rise in Australia, Europe, and the US as they tackle Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. Health officials raise concerns regarding rising polio cases in the country. At present, Pakistan and Afghanistan are the only two countries in the world with active polio cases being reported. KP officials have pointed to the patterns of population movement between the two countries as a challenge to completely eradicating the virus, which has no cure so far. A waterborne parasite commonly known as brain-eating amoeba has killed 10 people in Karachi, according to the World Health Organization. The amoeba, clinically known as Naegleria fowleri, is known to live in warm and unclean water and can infect the human nervous system. Municipal authorities have been alerted and preventive measures are being undertaken in the affected areas. Alerts have also been issued in other cities in Pakistan, but no cases have been reported elsewhere so far. Furthermore, the emergence of the Congovirus fever in Quetta is yet another point of concern for the healthcare sector and has led to a high alert situation in hospitals in Sindh and Balochistan after doctors were affected by the virus. The government of Balochistan has also issued a health emergency notification after close to 50 cases were reported in the province. Australia and Tuvalu, a small Pacific island nation, have signed a comprehensive partnership agreement on November 7, 2023. The agreement covers areas such as climate change, migration, security, trade, development, and health, and aims to strengthen the bilateral ties and cooperation between the two countries. Signed by the Australian Prime Minister and Tuvaluan Prime Minister Funafuti. The agreement also holds significant geopolitical implications as Australia attempts to curtail Chinese influence in the Pacific and to reinforce Taiwan allyship in the region. Australia has initiated similar partnerships with Pacific countries like Papua New Guinea, Fiji, and the Solomon Islands, under similar motivations of Australia's Indo-Pacific strategy. The agreement with Tuvalu offers support for building climate resilience as well as expressing support for the island nation's right to self-determination. Tuvalu is also one of the most climate-vulnerable countries and could be one of the first countries to be entirely submerged under rising sea levels. Considering the gravity of this reality, the agreement did not include any blanket provisions for climate asylum. And now for our feature story. Islamophobia and anti-Semitism have seen a stark rise in Europe and Australia amid the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas, which started on October 7, 2023. Marion Lalise, an EU official tasked with combating Islamophobia, revealed in an interview recently that Muslims and Jews in Europe are facing very clear rising trend of hate speech, ranging from microaggressions to clear threats, mostly on social media platforms. The official also said the Muslims are often wrongly perceived as being involved in violence and that research is needed on how Europeans are educated on Muslims and Islam. Incidents in Europe include assaults, vandalism, graffiti, and threats to mosques and synagogues. Meanwhile, the Executive Council of Australian Jewry says Islamophobic and anti-Semitic incidents have recorded a large spike since the start of the war. A total of 221 anti-Semitic incidents were recorded by the Council between October 8th and November 7th, in contrast to just one incident in the same time frame before the war began. The Islamophobia Register in Australia recorded 133 Islamophobic incidents between October 7th and November 6th, compared to an average of 2.5 incidents per week before the war. The Anti-Defamation League, a Jewish advocacy group that battles anti-Semitism, said that it had received more than 190 reports of possible anti-Semitic incidents across the country since the conflict began, compared to 131 incidents in the previous 4 weeks. On the other hand, the Council on Islamic Relations said it has received dozens of reports of harassment, discrimination, and threats targeting American Muslims or those perceived to be Muslim since the war started. Most notably, the fatal stabbing of a 6-year-old Palestinian child and serious wounding of a 32-year-old Pakistani woman in Illinois has also been connected to the rising anti-Muslim sentiments in the US. Curbing such incidents and attacks poses a great challenge as impassioned rhetoric continues to mount on traditional as well as social media. State leadership and government officials have also been notably adding to the hateful rhetoric, adding further fuel to the fire. I am Hajira Asaf Khan, and this was your weekly dispatch.